In this video, we'll have a look at how you can create and manage estimates within the Rhino Small Business app. The first thing we'll do is we'll check whether the estimating feature is turned on. So to do that, it's really simple. We just click up here. We go to the system settings. We can add in more users into Rhino. Those users, they can be assigned a user profile, or we call them a type of user. So if we click on this, and for this particular type of user, full access, we just click edit and we enable estimates. So click on save, and if we now look at this, we've got estimates. Okay, the best way to create a quote or an estimate is to find the person that you want to create it for. Click on that, and we can now see a link at the bottom of the screen. It knows we're looking at this person, so to add an estimate, it's really simple. We just click on estimates and click on add. It's automatically populated the customer name. We have different ways of doing estimates, but the most simple is just to type in a paint your house. We'll call it house A, and we'll just type in the amount 500. So we just enter in two pieces of information. It gives it a forecast date. It puts in of today, but you can change that. It automatically picks up the standard terms and conditions. Once again, you can alter that, and those will appear on the estimate. If you have multiple salespeople in your company, then you can input the account manager. And finally, you can define the outcome of this particular estimate. Did you want it? Did you lose it? Was it terminated? And so on. So we've just entered in two pieces of information. We just click on save. Job done. And to create the estimate document, you just click on create estimates. Documents being created. Click down here, and there's the estimate. And if we just move back, if you want to email that to the customer, you can just do create and send the estimate, and it'll create it and automatically email it to this customer, and it'll use the email address that's associated with that account. Next scenario we'll look at is where the customer came back to you and said, I'd like more detail. So what you want is you want a more detailed breakdown of this estimate. So we just click on edit, click on detailed line items, and this is where we can add in multiple line items. So I'm going to paint the inside, if I spell it properly. And you can specify the number of hours and the rate per hour, or you can just input an overall amount. So we'll just do that and click on save. We're now going to paint the outside, and that's say 300. And you can also add in some materials. So we'll just say this is expenses. And this could be for paint and other materials. I'll quote £100. Yeah. So just click on save. So we now have 3 line items. Click back, and you can see I've deliberately changed the amount, so now it's 600. So it automatically calculates the amount based on the sum of the line items. We just click on save. And we can now create a revised estimate. Click on this, documents being created, and you can now see it builds up a history of all the quotes, all the documents that were issued for this particular estimate. The final thing, which is really neat, is if you regularly quote, and the quotes are all very similar looking, and you want to reuse, you want to build up a template, then what you can do is just click on edit. And you can flag an estimate as a favorite, so you want to reuse it. Okay. If we now go to add, and let's say we were going to paint house B, for example, as soon as we click on detail line items, it'll detect that we have some favorites or some templates, and it says, do you want a copy from it? It'll show us a list of our template estimates, so we just click on this, and it's automatically populated those 3 line items. So we can now simply click on this and we can edit the amount. So let's say it's a much bigger house. So instead of 200, it's going to be 500. Yeah, and we click back and back, and we can now see it's summarized the amount, and we just do save, and that's our estimate done. So when you get used to this, creating an estimate, you can create an estimate on your phone. It'll take you approximately about 30 seconds. It automatically creates the document for you. It files it. You can see every time you change it, you can see what the previous version was, and so on. And it's extremely powerful. The final thing we'll look at is, if we just cancel this particular quote, this is currently showing me all the estimates for this person here. If you access estimates from the menu, this will take a view of all the estimates for everyone. Yeah, so you can see all the ones that you've got in progress. That'll help you to, it'll remind you which estimates are outstanding. You can see all the ones you've won. You can see all of the estimates, including the ones you've lost or those that were terminated. You can use a date filter, and then you can click down on these reports here, and it'll automatically put all this data based on these filters. It'll put it into a nice report for you. So incredibly powerful, very easy to use once you get used to it. And of course, the other point I should make is once we turn on invoicing, you can, within 2 clicks, you can turn an estimate into an invoice, yeah, which is very powerful as well. So hope you enjoyed this, and we'll catch you on the next video.